Hello and welcome. I'm Brad. I'm Sweaty. That's Si. He's Mikeless. And this pretty much sums up our channel right now. We're still trying to work out the kinks, but we hope you enjoy it. Anything you want to add, Si?
Cue the montage.
Yes! Get it! Oh my God, what a goal!
How you doing?
Not bad.
Hair's growing back nicely, isn't it? Now, I can see.
Yeah, you no longer look like Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul with longer hair.
Yeah, I still look like Harvey Weinstein, but we'll get there.
Already there.
A better looking version.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to brag.
Full of compliments. Aren't you now, Tom?
And a nicer.
To be fair, it's difficult to be the uglier version of Harvey Weinstein, but it's...
Yeah, you'd have to be pretty ugly.
Si, do you want to lead this? Because I'm going to have to turn off my messenger because I keep getting texts from people because I'm too popular. So
Yeah, I keep getting that as well. It keeps coming through.
Oh, sure you do, mate. Yeah.
I just want to feel popular like you. Well, we need to work on an intro for this as well. I mean, what we're going to call it first of all.
And you're obviously hoping to be bigger than what's his name, True Geordie.
Oh, True Geordie for footy.
He's got nothing on us. Come on, Tom.
You see, this is more of a Poet and Booge. I don't know if you watch them. They're just two blokes. Like they end up getting like James Milner on and stuff. But they just
Really?
like in their back garden.
He'd be such a great person to bring on, James Milner, just because of the Liverpool part and the Leeds United.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, they just kind of like smoke weed and chill and just chat about footy. And then we got.
And then we've got
and
you,
they're just awesome.
Coke,
They're
and
just
I'll do
pure
pills.
charisma. And instead, you got me and Simon. So.
This is our good friend Tom, Mr. Tom Hamblin. Just for data protection purposes, I'm going to put your full name there.
He's our good friend. That's all he.
Well, no, I'm getting to it. And we are renowned as the sexy lads, aren't we, us three? Because I mean, look at the lads, so
we've been everywhere.
Some of us look up to the title, some of us don't. I won't say who, but it's Simon.
Yeah.
But no, we've decided to bring Tom on, and as you can tell by his accent, he's definitely a fan from somebody from Merseyside. But which team? So if you want to put that in the comments, have a bit of prediction to see which team you think.
It's going to be revealed in like 2 minutes when we talk about the topics. Anyway.
Exactly, but they can put an early prediction down, can't they, and see if they were correct.
This is the it's a small window.
We'll know if you cheated, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so Si, what topics you got for us today then?
So
Stop talking.
I thought you were following on with something there, Brad. So
no. I lead the movies. You lead the sports.
Okay, that's fine. But well, for the most part, anyway, we're going to be talking about the Premier League because that's obviously the more popular league to talk about. But there will be a small championship segment as well because I do know bits and bats about the championship because I do support a team from the championship. So
do the viewers know which team?
Which team it is?
Well, do you want to put that in the comments as well?
Put that in the comments as well. Yeah, exactly. The big reveal will come at the end.
All 7 viewers. So Premier League and then a small segment on the Championship as well.
And a small segment on the Championship.
Fortunately, this is a democracy.
Viewers.
Unfortunately, it's a dictatorship, and so we have to put the Championship part in. But
Absolutely.
I do. I've not done any research, but I haven't even looked at the league table and.
We'll go through it all with you anyway, don't worry about that. So the big first topic that we'll move on to is thoughts on Timo Werner. So, as we saw a couple of days ago, Timo Werner looks like he's going to be going to Chelsea for £49.3 million. Now, obviously, there were numerous Premier League teams looking at Werner. Liverpool were probably the standout team looking at him. I think he was on Liverpool's radar throughout the whole season. I think Chelsea was a bit of a surprise, really, because I don't think Chelsea was on the radar really up until recently, and all of a sudden he's now looking like he's agreed a transfer with them as well. What are your thoughts on him going to Chelsea?
Well, I kind of have mixed thoughts because when you first hear the news, you're like, oh, for God's sake, it's Nabil Fekir all over again. But you have to put into context the fact that what has happened just happened, which is that obviously lockdowns happened and people involved with the club, it's been revealed that they've lost about 70 million. Dave Maddock, a reputable source, he was talking about that in an interview he did with Requiem TV. And he's saying how clubs usually only really just keep above water. But in this instance, basically, because even though we've made profits over the last couple of years, we're only just keeping above it. Us taking a 70 million loss and then losing revenue on top of that, and also having to give back some of the Sky Sports money, means we can't just afford a £50 million sign, even though it doesn't sound that bad, especially in when you consider like the Neymars and whatnot. I don't know. It's one of those. If lockdown didn't happen, would we have signed him, or would it have just been another Nabil Fekir, or would he have?
I think we probably. I think we probably would. Well, just to give the viewers a bit of insight into which team I support as well. I am a Liverpool fan, and he is a player, Werner, that I think would be really good for us. I don't know what's happened. It's obviously like you've said, Brad. I think it's just the timing.
Yeah,
we can't afford to throw 50 million at a player. I don't know. I think if it was Mbappe and they said you can have him for 50 million, I think we'd do that.
Right.
But I don't know. And Chelsea, maybe wants to live in London. Maybe they convinced him. I think his wages are like through the roof, aren't they?
Yeah, he's like the highest paid player now for Chelsea. In wages. Well, because that's
like. No, sorry, I heard something daft like 300 grand a week or something like that.
Yeah, he would have been one of our highest paid players. But the problem is that with our front three, so that's the other issue. Is he'd be on so much money a week, right? That not only would he break like our wage bill, but it'd be for a player that won't even be a starter technically. That's the season.
Yeah, that's probably one of the turning points for him as well. Thinking game time. Because he will start for Chelsea, won't he?
Oh, 100%. He'll be like leading their front three, really. He'll be a massive.
I know they've got Abraham, who scored, quite a lot of goals this season.
Yeah, he was doing well. Then he got injured, didn't he? And then he got,
Yeah.
He started off like he was firing out the gate, and then it just kind of dropped off a little steadily.
It's whether you can sustain a high level consistently, though, for Abraham. Like, he's still not quite proven that you can do it consistently. Especially when you see in Champions League games as well. I mean, the one thing though with the Timo Werner transfer is that with all players, they're all investments as well. So you're expected to make an even higher return on the price you paid for them. So if you look at like the Pogbas, the Mbappes, and the Neymars, even though they may have forked out 100, 200 million plus on them, they're going to get more in shirt sales, in sponsorships. You've got to think of the whole as well. It's not just 50 million and that's it. You're going to be getting money for all sorts of other things as well. So you might be making more than 50 million for paying 50 million on Timo Werner.
Yeah, and he's only young as well, isn't he?
And he's only young as well.
Oh, as well, actually, there was something that Dave Maddock revealed in the Red Men interview he did, is that Chelsea actually got somehow very, very lucky in this really bizarre circumstance. Because, obviously, they had the transfer ban, and then they didn't buy anyone in January. Right?
Yeah.
But before, I think it was Pedro they sold, or they sold someone, and they got like 40, 50 million for him. But the thing is that they didn't actually get paid until just now. That was kind of the deal. So they got the money from a player they sold. I think it was Pedro. It might be someone else. I'll have to check that later. But the money they sold from a player like 2 years ago, they just got the money for. And then obviously the deal breaks down with Liverpool. And now they're in a position where they haven't signed anyone and they've got this money there and they've just been able to steal the Werner deal.
Yeah.
It was a freak circumstance, really, where...
Didn't they have like a transfer ban, or did that get...
They got it... Well, that's the daft thing.
It got lifted in January.
It got lifted in January, but they never signed anyone.
Yeah.
They fought to get it lifted and never bought anyone.
Yeah, exactly. They fought so long, probably spent however much on getting it lifted and never actually bought anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's true as well, actually. Had they have not got it lifted, they probably couldn't have signed him now anyway. Someone else could have swooped in on the deal.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair though, as a fan, I would have liked him. He looks exciting. He looks good, doesn't he? Like,
definitely.
Just watching him in the German league at the moment, because it's the only thing that football-wise it's on. He does look a good player, and I think Klopp really likes him as well. But I think it just comes down to timing and what you said, Brad. Like, yeah, just because a lot of clubs are in trouble, really, aren't they, financially?
Oh, exactly. Like, I think that's a question we'll get into later. But how are clubs going to afford big money transfers? Like, they're going to have to clear the wage bills. They're going to have to.
Yeah.
They've got players out of contract. It's going to be really weird financially in football for a little while. Yeah,
it will be weird.
Because every major club will take a loss of 70+ million because of lockdown.
Yeah. It's But I don't know. Just hopefully, if it goes to Chelsea, hopefully he flops.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully he's the new Morata. Oh, that was it. Morata was who they sold. Morata was who they sold, and they got the money for just now.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Pedro. Pedro's still there, isn't he?
Yeah. No, Morata, that was it. I couldn't think of who it was. Yeah, Morata. Yeah. But yeah.
I know it's not the same thing, but it's a bit like when we signed Keita.
Yeah.
Well, we paid it, but I don't know if we paid all of it, and then he came the season after, didn't we? Like, we'd signed him, but for he was going to stay at Leipzig for another year, and he was going to come. So
yeah,
we're still getting Coutinho payments. Like they don't pay it up front. They did it in installments, so it's kind of how it works now.
Yeah, but no team ever forks out over 100 million in one go. I mean,
no, exactly.
If you look at the what was I going to say now? Completely lost my train.
Have Leeds ever forked out 100 million in one go, Si?
I don't think we've ever. I think in our history, I don't think we've probably.
Who is your record signing?
Oh, that's a good question. That.
Patty Bamford, yeah.
I still think it's Rio Ferdinand from when we originally got him.
Really? Yeah, he was in United's record signing for a while.
Yeah, I think it could be. I'd have to check that. I'll look
Who did you sign for? Was it West Ham you signed for?
West Ham, yeah.
Who did you get Kuehl from? Like, was he at another English club before you?
I don't think so. I think he was at...
Yeah, because obviously
I have to check. I think he was from an Australian club.
Because Leeds had a passion team in 2000, and they all just got picked apart, and then they just,
Yeah, they went to shit, didn't they, really?
Yeah, and then they obviously relegated 4 years later, because then, like, Milner was gone, like, Kuehl was gone, Ferdinand was gone, a lot of the stars were just taken out of the team. Basically, they're the Ajax of the Premier League that year, really. Proper young squad with great players that have just been taken apart, and they've just been...
Yeah. Lee Bowie, was Lee Bowie in that team side as well?
In which team, sorry?
The team that you got to the Champions League. I think it was like 3 years before you got relegated.
Yeah, it was when he was in his young days, and he was in and around the team at that time.
He was a decent player, wasn't he? Yeah. Just a bit of a knob.
Was it in the 2000 season that you got to the semis?
It was the 2000 season.
Yeah. Because that was the season you finished third as well.
Yeah.
Where did it all go wrong? Yeah.
Well, it's because basically the owner he just spat out all this money from what I remember while hearing about it. He spunked out all this money buying all these players, but the club was no longer financially stable because he started to pay it all off, and then they got into it, and then they couldn't afford to buy anyone else, and then it all just went like that.
And then Ken Bates, who was the original owner of Chelsea, bought Leeds for I think £1 or something crazy like that. Because that also involves with having to pay off Leeds United's debts.
To be fair, you do only have 3 league titles, so I don't blame him.
But we also had to.
Any day now, Si.
Yeah, he's a player we got on loan. So obviously, if we do take up on the offer to for the future fee, it will be about 20 million from what I read or from what I saw. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because he hadn't really started a game for Leeds yet or had much game time. Fingers crossed, he will. I think I just revealed my team there. But hopefully, he'll come up good.
Comment section's going crazy right now.
It's like thumbs down.
3 people are absolutely spamming it this very second.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our video. If you want to look professional and act like it too, just see me and where I got this shirt.
And you can pay him absolutely nothing for some free advice on that to look professional.
I don't know how to get you an iron, but I can get you a shirt. That's the main thing.
It comes creased as well, all creased up just for your liking.
Exactly. We've got to keep it personal, just like our videos. And if you like them, like you like this shirt, don't forget.
Then please voice Brad.
Yep.
Oh, that as well. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.